Hello everybody and welcome back for our next tutorial. We're going to talk about putting plugins and social media connections on your website so that once you bring people to your site, they can better interact, share, and follow you in other areas. So here we go. This is just a basic tutorial. Once again, to remind you, this is not a web design course. We just want to give you enough information that you can set this stuff up on your own, but if this is really complicated or scary to you, it is my advice that you go ahead and find somebody to help you set your website up for you. Okay, for today's tutorial, I'm going to use my blog, No Holding Back, which has been around since 2012 and has been badly neglected recently, but still has a lot of these tools on it and is still getting visits to it every day, which you can see through insights up here, even though the stats are not like they used to be. When I was blogging regularly and using this site daily and sharing content at least once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a week, I was bringing in between 200 to 400 visits a day, sometimes as much as 1,000 visits a day. But it's been a couple of years since I've been blogging regularly on this site, and this is one example of what happens when you, even if you have a post that is ranking #1 in the search results for years, as was my post, The Magic Words When Someone Loses a Baby. If you don't continue to post and to create content and bring people to your website, those will fall farther and farther down in the search results. So that's just a quick tip on blogging regularity. You should make sure you are posting once or twice a month at a minimum in order to keep your site relevant in terms of search terms. Results. But that's not what we're talking about today. We are going to talk about connecting social sharing tools like this and opportunities for people to follow you other places like Facebook, Twitter. Apparently we need to reset something on the Twitter feed and Instagram so that when people come to your website, if they don't want to go ahead and sign up for your newsletter, or your free download or whatever it is that you are bringing them, then there are at least some other opportunities where they can follow you and be a part of your community, and then perhaps later on will want to sign up. So this is my blog that I started years ago after we lost one of our infant daughters, and it is largely a grief and loss blog. So when we talk about topics for you to write about, my book is Sunshine After the Storm, a survival guide for the grieving mother, and many of the pieces that I write about are related to that topic. And this, so when people are out there looking for content related to this topic, then they will find these articles and come to my site, and then we obviously promote our books and our other related items through here. So let's get back to the topic at hand, which is installing these widgets and social media icons. So we're going to go back into the dashboard of WordPress. Again, all of our tutorials are on WordPress, and you have 2 options here. You can either go into the plugins area, which is where you're going to start first, and you're normally going to go to new, add new, and it's going to bring you to this site, and you'll see some suggestions that they have out there based on or some things that you already have out there. I recommend that you install Jetpack right away. If it doesn't show up on your search results, which would surprise me, then you can search up here by keyword, author, tag, just search Jetpack, and it's going to pop up as an option. And so you're going to want to install Jetpack. I'm going to clear that out because I already have it installed. And Akismet, however you want to pronounce it. This one right here, which is an anti-spam thing and will help you. And then Yoast we talked about before, which is really important in terms of search engine optimization. And most of these are free tools. Okay. You can also look at featured you can look at popular, recommended, and favorites when you're looking through here. So you don't necessarily have to use the tools that I use. You can search around and find something that you like better. Other than Yoast, I would say I haven't seen or heard of anything better than Yoast when it comes to search engine optimization. But, you know, Jetpack, some people love, some people hate. But I like Jetpack because it does some really cool functions. And the first is that it allows you to easily put social sharing buttons on your site. But I'm going to show you some other social sharing ways as well. And it allows you to see site stats and all kinds of things. So like I said, my website has been pretty much avoided for a couple years now, so the site stats are nothing to be impressed by. But the thing is, you will have to set up the WordPress.com account, which is free, and then it'll allow you to connect to that. But when so you can look at view detailed stats and all of that kind of stuff in there. But we are going to look at some of the social media apps. So we're going to click over here on settings, and it goes through all kinds of different things that you can look at through here. So what we're interested in today is sharing. There's this publicized connection, which is really cool. When you write a post, it will automatically share it to anything that you've connected as a social network. So if I write a post and I post it out there, then it's automatically going to share to my Twitter account, to my Facebook account, and anything else you want to use. This allows you to add sharing buttons to your post. So the reason I have it turned off is because I have a different sharing plugin that I've added to my website that I like. But this, if you toggle this on, it's going to add those same things at the end of each post. It'll give you the like, share to Facebook, share to wherever. So it'll allow people, once they are inside your post, to easily share it across any social media that they want to. And for those of you who are beginning and choose to use Jetpack, I would suggest you just turn that on. That makes it really easy. If you're using Divi, it will guide you through a different direction. So to set those up, you have to create your WordPress.com account, and then you'll be able to connect your social media through there. So there's some other things that you can do with Jetpack. If you decide to install it, you can go through, just make sure you're on the settings side and explore all of this stuff. Okay. Then there are other ways to add. So you can go over here and obviously add different types of social media plugins. The one that I'm currently using is Share This. And when you've loaded a plugin through here, you're either going to have options over here on the side of your menu where you can go in. It'll either be under settings, and see all of these are plugins that I've added where then I can go in and I've got share this related posts where I can go in and set up my settings under that. So you'll add it and you'll activate it here, and then you will manage the settings usually through going directly through the settings. So when we come in here, it'll walk you through the process. We're on the last page of 6, but it'll walk you through the process of adding your social media. And the reason that I like this one is because not only does it add the share via Twitter, but it adds my handle to it. So if somebody tweets something from my page, I get tagged on Twitter as well. So this is, Share This is a fun tool. It's got some additional bells and whistles. But if you're using some themes like Divi and Genesis and some other themes, will actually have those set up within the body of the theme as well, so you can go in and adjust the sharing settings. So again, this is not meant to be like a super detailed tutorial on how to do all these things, but more what is available and on where you find them and how you start to set them up. So you're going to go to plugins, you're going to search, you're going to find what you want to plug in, what you want to add, and then you'll add it, you'll activate it, and then you can manage the plugins through here. Now, one of the other things that I like about Jetpack is the ability to if you see on my website over here, this is one of the things that I like. Obviously, I have all of these over here in this sidebar. These are called widgets. And things that I want people to do, like follow me on Instagram or look at my Instagram account, see my my Facebook page and the blog, all of those are set up through widgets. So you come over here to Appearance, click on Widgets, and you can add all kinds of fun things to your sidebar over here. Depending on the theme that you're using, this will be different on everywhere you go. Because this is the theme that I'm using, this is how it's set up. So I go to my primary sidebar and I can add all of these things. As you see, this is a Facebook plugin from Jetpack, but it will have all of these available widgets to you over here, and you literally just drag them and put them where you want them and then set them up. So I wanted the Instagram carousel, I wanted the Facebook plugin, and you set those up, and then you just type in the information. You tell it what you want it to look like, how you want it to show up, and then you add in your available information. And same thing here, it just is going to help you set these things up. If you want to put in some HTML or some other things, if you're getting, you know, pretty techie on things like that, you can put in comments, you can put in a tag cloud, which allows them to search for any tags that you've used, which we'll talk about later in the blogging. There's all kinds of great stuff, and you literally just drag and drop these over to your wherever you want it. It can be in your secondary sidebar, your footer, or your primary sidebar, your header, wherever it allows you to put these things. So that is how you add fancy things over here to the sidebar. I like putting these, I like the You Like These Best or the popular posts, because then when somebody else finds my blog, the good thing is they're probably going to be interested in something else that everybody else is interested in. As I mentioned, I went through a phase where I was blogging about all kinds of things. So I actually get a lot of people coming to my website to read my From Couch to 10K post, which really I should remove because it's no longer really representative of what I have on this particular website. But you know, the grieving things, I talked a lot about preschool and mental health for my children. So, you know, that's the opportunity for people to take a little bit of a look around. The sign up thing, just a quick and easy sign up for my email list post. So I get people who sign up to learn when I post a new post and they come back to my website, and those types of things. So when you click within a post, when I was talking about the Jetpack sharing or the sharing buttons, I also like to use this related posts plugin, because then other content that is similar pops up here and they can look at your other things. But this is the sharing buttons, and it'll allow people to share it directly to Facebook or tweet it. A separate button will pop up for them to share, and as you can see, it tags my social media, so I will know when somebody shares this content, and I can retweet it or follow them or take all kinds of different actions here. So there you go. That's how easy it is. I like to use Comment Love also as a plugin, so that it makes the comments look nicer and people can add their websites, etc. So this is years and years and years of building a blog, having somebody come in and design it for me, messing around with different plugins and finding what I want and how I want it to look. So, you know, don't worry if you're not here by the end of week 1 or week 2. You will get there. So again, this was just meant to be a general overview of the kinds of things you can put on your website, what widgets and other things are out there, so that you can use your blog to help you grow followers across the board and grow your email list so that you can promote your book and sell more books. Hope this was useful, and let us know what you decide to put on your website and which route you go with these plugins and tools.